What is happening, guys? It's your boy TC back with another video. So we're talking transfer rumours yet again today. So of course we know the club hasn't really made any movement in regards to transfers whatsoever in this particular window. As fans, naturally you get restless in regards to transfers. You want the club to get their business done really early. Everyone in and around us really has conducted business. So anyone who's finished within the top 6 has already conducted business, bar Liverpool, if I am correct in regards to that. But it seems as if Arsenal are sort of taking their time in terms of actually completing these deals and bringing some new players in. Time will run out eventually, and of course before you know it we'll be talking about the transfer deadline day. But the latest player to be linked with Arsenal today or within the last 24 hours will be Lucas Vazquez, who currently plays for Real Madrid. He's a winger who was actually part of the Real Madrid youth system, ended up being shipped out somewhere at some point back in 2014-15, but he ended up returning to Real Madrid to form part of that team that won the Champions League numerous times. That included Ronaldo, but of course it looks like he's hit the end of the road with Real Madrid as it stands. So apparently Arsenal have been linked with Lucas Vazquez. Of course, not only Arsenal has been linked with him, PSG, Bayern Munich, a number of the top clubs across Europe have been linked with Lucas Vazquez, including PSG. They are also keen on his services, and the main reason for this really being that Real Madrid are supposedly only asking for £30 million for the player, which is extremely reasonable. If you take what you're going to be getting for that £30 million, it's someone really who's on the cusp of their prime in terms of the playing career. So he's 28 years old, he's a Spanish international, and as mentioned is available for that cut price fee of £30 million. So of course we know that we're in pursuit of Zaha. Zaha supposedly is the top target throughout this particular transfer window. Let's assume that Arsenal have failed to land Zaha. Of course they need to start looking at plan B. They need to start looking at other options that may be available out there, and Lucas Vazquez has turned out to be one of those players. So of course, as mentioned, his time at Real Madrid has certainly come to an end. So last season alone, Vasquez made 47 appearances for Real Madrid, but don't be fooled by those numbers. Out of those 47 appearances, he only completed 90 minutes 16 times overall, and he was brought on as a substitute 18 times and withdrawn from a match 13 times. So his playing time has been extremely limited at Real Madrid. Real Madrid have certainly added to their team as well. Jovic has recently gone over there. Eden Hazard has recently gone over there as well. Of course, they've got the likes of Vinicius Jr., who's actually starting to become more and more influential within that team. And I do believe as time goes on, he'll become a little bit more influential as time goes on. And there'll be less room for someone like Vasquez. So, of course, I do believe he will be looking for an exit route to leave Real Madrid. He supposedly also wants to take part in the Euro 2020. And if he's not getting enough playing time, there's no chance he's going to be getting into that squad, that Spanish squad. So as mentioned, he's got 9 caps for Spain, and essentially he wants to get himself in a position where he will be able to be selected for that particular team. So as mentioned, that Vasquez will certainly be an alternative to Zaha, who's the #1 target. If I were to pick between the two, essentially I would lean towards Zaha, and the only reason that I would lean towards Zaha is purely because he's aware of what's expected in the league. He's played in the league all his career pretty much, between Crystal Palace and Man United, and it wouldn't take a lot of time to acclimatise, such as a situation that we saw with Denis Suarez after he signed back in January. But of course now news is starting to emerge, or information is actually starting to emerge in regards to Denis Suarez, suggesting that he had been injured the whole time he had been at Arsenal. But why sign a player who is injured? It doesn't make sense. But of course, you can see that it does take time to acclimatise to a particular league. And if I was to choose between Zaha or Vasquez, definitely, as mentioned, I'll definitely be leaning towards Zaha. But in terms of what's on offer, what Vasquez could bring to the team, he will certainly be able to bring much more in terms of what is being offered by the current players in the squad itself. and for the price, the amount that Real Madrid are potentially asking for, then to me it would be certainly a no-brainer, especially if you're gonna be talking about 70-60 million pound for someone like Wilfried Zaha. Then spending 30 million pound on an alternative such as Vasquez won't be such a bad shout. So of course, as mentioned, new additions at Real Madrid, he's obviously looking for some playing time, and I do believe if we were to get him into the team as well, he'd probably play out of his skin, most likely in the first season, but he'll play it out of his skin to obviously help the team out. And he obviously wants to impress the Spanish manager in order to get that Euro 2020 call. So it won't be a bad shout, but will it happen? Is it just a rumour? Of course, we will certainly keep you updated on this particular channel. But as usual, guys, please do let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. So once again, guys, it's your boy TC from I'm Gonna Talk TV, and I'm out.